All right, let's talk about money. We're going to break down one of the most powerful and maybe one of the simplest guides to personal finance ever written, The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins. Seriously, forget all the complicated stuff you've heard. This is about finding a clear, easy-to-follow road to a rich and, more importantly, a free life.
I mean, does the whole world of finance just feel intentionally confusing sometimes? Like it's designed to make you feel a little bit lost? Yeah, you are not alone. For most of us, managing money feels less like a game we can win and more like a stressful, never-ending chore. And it starts so early, right? With these giant hurdles like student loans. It feels like you're starting a marathon a mile behind everyone else.
And then, oh yeah, there's the credit card debt trap. They sell it to us as this convenient little tool, but let's be real. It can feel more like a set of handcuffs chaining you to that paycheck to paycheck cycle. So you think, okay, I'm going to try to get ahead. And what happens? You're just slammed with all panic on the news about the market crashing and a million so-called experts giving you advice that completely contradicts each other. It's almost impossible to know who to listen to. But what if there was a way to just cut through all that noise? A path that was actually simple? Well, that's exactly what we're going to look at today. This is the simple path that J.L. Collins figured out. And you know what makes this whole thing so trustworthy? It's where it came from. This book didn't start as some big idea for a bestseller. Nope. It started as a bunch of letters from a dad, J.L. Collins, to his daughter, just trying to explain in the simplest way possible how money really works. This is advice built on love, not on trying to sell you something. And honestly, this is it. The whole philosophy in one sentence. Spend less than you earn, invest the surplus, and avoid debt. It's not some crazy secret formula. It's just a fundamental truth. This one idea is the compass for every other decision you'll make on your journey. Okay, so that mantra sounds great, right? But how do you actually do it? Well, to walk this path, you don't need a bunch of complicated financial junk. You just need 3 really basic core tools. So, tool number 1 is kind of like an anti-tool. You have to get rid of debt. Collins has this amazing and kind of gross metaphor for it. He says debt is like having leeches all over you, just slowly sucking the financial life out of you. So your very first step is to get those things off for good. All right, tool number 2 is your savings rate. And this right here is what Collins says is your single most powerful wealth building tool. Not some hot stock tip, just the gap between what you make and what you spend. If you aim for something high, like 50%, it does 2 incredible things at once. It gives you a ton of cash to invest, and it trains you to live happily on less. And here it is, tool number 3, the secret weapon that makes investing unbelievably simple. Forget trying to pick the next big winning stock. That's a loser's game. Instead, you just buy the whole market. A fund like VTSAX is a total stock market index fund, which basically means you own a tiny little piece of thousands of American companies. It's as diverse as you can get with almost zero effort.
If you are finding this video helpful, please make sure to hit that like button and share it with someone who this might help and be a benefit to their financial decision-makings. Your support means a lot to me and helps the channel grow, allowing the YouTube algorithm to show this content to a bigger crowd. More people can benefit from these ideas and hopefully improve their financial well-being.
Okay, so you're doing it. You're saving. You're investing. Things are going great. But what happens when the news starts screaming and the market takes a nosedive? This is the exact moment where most people freak out and lose their way. But the simple path has a very clear map for this storm. Now, this might be the most controversial and most important idea in the whole book. Collins says the market always goes up. Now, hold on. He's very clear. It's not a smooth ride. It's a roller coaster. But if you look at the big picture over the long term, through every war, recession, and disaster you can think of, the overall trend has been and continues to be up.
And this image shows it perfectly. We get totally obsessed with the day-to-day zigzags, right? That scary, volatile line. But if you just zoom out, the real story becomes crystal clear. Our job isn't to guess the zigs and zags. Our job is to trust that long, powerful, upward trending arrow.
So, here's the big mental shift you have to make. When the market drops, you don't panic and sell. You do the opposite. You have to see it for what it is. It's not a crisis, it's a sale. Everything you wanted to buy is now on discount. Your favorite investment, the entire U.S. economy, is on sale. So you tune out the noise, and if you can, you buy more.
So, you've gotten rid of debt, you're saving like a machine, you're investing simply, and you're toughing out the downturns. But why? What is the whole point of all this work? Well, the destination at the end of this path, it's not just a big pile of money, it's something way, way more valuable.
Collins has a memorable name for it. He calls it FU money. Now, that's not about being a jerk to people. It's about having the deep-down, unshakable power to say no. No to a job you hate. No to a boss who doesn't respect you. No to a life that just isn't what you want. It's the ultimate personal freedom.
And that's the real goal here. It's called financial independence. It's that magic moment when the money your investments make is enough to pay for your life. That's the point when going to work becomes a choice, not a necessity. Your money has finally bought you the one thing you can't make more of, your time.
So, how do you know when you've reached that finish line? Well, this simple table makes it totally clear. It's based on something called the 4% rule, which is just a guideline that says you can safely take out 4% of your invested money each year. So to find your number, just take what you spend in a year and multiply it by 25. You live on 40 grand a year, your finish line is $1 million. It turns this huge, scary goal into simple math.
So let's just wrap it all up. Here's your entire roadmap all on one whiteboard. Number 1, avoid debt. It's just unacceptable. 2, spend less than you earn. Create that gap. 3, invest that surplus. And for the love of everything, keep it simple. 4, toughen up. Learn to ignore the noise. And 5, the most important one, always, always remember why you're doing this. You're seeking freedom.
And that's it. That's the simple path to wealth. There are no secrets, no complicated tricks. The steps are clear, they're straightforward, and they work. So really, there's only one question left to ask, and it's the one you have to ask yourself.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. Thanks for watching. I'm Finance Puppy, and here's to a better financial tomorrow. Cheers!